Hello, hello, hello. Oh, wait. Oh, my other microphone wasn't muted. Okay. I thought my microphone was muted. Hello, 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 everybody. And welcome back to another episode of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. I decided that I would stream. And here I am. I just activated a sub goal, so if you're watching on YouTube, head on over to twitch.tv/thunder and batarangs. That's thunder and batarangs. That thing. And yeah, follow and sub if you want to. If you sub, you get access to the Discord. I'll message you privately on the Twitch machines, and then you can have fun with the Discord. Alternatively, you can join people like Jerbear and John and Mr. Gibbs and Zeus and be a patron. Those are just a few of my patrons over on patreon.com/crazydanb. That's crazy with a K for extra added craziness. Now with that out of the way, let's get into this. That's also only $2. That's what I meant to say, because I think it's actually cheaper to just be a patron. And then, because that's $2 a month, and then you also get access to the Discord. There you go. If that's your jam. Excuse me. Alright. When last we left off, we had just spoken to Quinn, I think, over on YouTube. And looks like we set ourselves up quite nicely to check out a story, so let's check that out. You share this bus stop with an old man who shifts from foot to foot, thumbing his suspenders and watching the passing traffic with anxious focus. "Hey!" he blurts, suddenly and awkwardly, turning to want to hear a good story. And he only was awkward because I made him awkward. With the air of a tale about the devil of Leeds, confusing himself. You barely piece the story together, but wait a second. The story about the already twisted winged goat by pristine water, but massively changed. Yo, Steve, coming in with the pumpernickel. I forgot that I have chat thing turned on, text to audio turned on. I'm gonna leave it on. Good day, Yostin. Welcome back. But massively changed with whole new chunks that you don't remember. It's true, the old man insists, turning his wincing eyes back toward the road. And with that, the conversation seems over. Seems. This spot right here looks like a basketball court. This spot right here. Yostin, long time no see. Good to see you, friend. By the way. If you too want to be cool like Yostin and are watching this on YouTube, twitch.tv/thunder and batarangs. You know. Computer, where can they go to find me?
Very long time, unfortunately.
No, that's the wrong answer. Computer, where can they go to see me?
Twitch.tv thunder and batarangs.
Close
but
enough.
Hey, better late than never.
Yeah, exactly. Better late than never, Yosti. Better late than never indeed. Alright. Oh, there's somebody that we can talk to. A stranger, but who is that? Triangle. That's how I want to bring up the map. I know what I'm doing. Is that Quinn? No. No, I don't think that is Quinn.
It is pee-pee poo-poo.
Oh, it's pee-pee poo-poo. Well, then in that case. Let's go. Oh, right. Can do some whistling. Hello? Why can't I say hi? What the heck? Well, I've already explored Washington, so there's no more story to get here. Right, I think Oh, I forget what the story was in Washington, but I think it was that hidden street, like the J Street or something like that. K Street, I think it was. Yo, see, you'll have to watch it on YouTube. Like this person who's watching it right now in the future and is suddenly going, "Ah, he can see me?" Let's earn some money. You wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. In Washington, I'm gonna panhandle. No one gives you anything, but to be fair, no one seems to have much to give. This is a broken town in a broken country. Well, I wonder what it would have been like looking for work if it's a broken town in a broken country. Excuse me. I have had like an eternal frog in my throat the last couple days. And it's like not a sickness or anything. It's just, I probably am vaping too much, to be honest. And it's just wet in the throat. I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna give them a chance to let me camp with them one more time.
Let us name the frog.
Sure. Yeah. You know what? You're the only one here, and I can't. What should the frog in my throat be named? You're the silliest, dude. Alright. Let's hop a train and hope we don't get hit up
We
by
shall
the...
name the frog, Frog.
Okay, the frog is named Frog. Nobody on the train. Well, except for that guy, but we don't care about that guy. Ah, god dang it! As you hop off the boxcar, you suddenly feel the heavy hand of a railroad bull on your shoulder. Now where'd you come from? He asks, in a way that indicates he doesn't care. You don't mess with the Rio Grande cars. The beating that ensues is efficient and brutal. Hooray, police violence, 1312. I got no health now. I'm dead. I'm already a skeleton. Let's hit up some stories before we hit up this camp. Now, are you gonna let me camp? You are, okay. I don't know why that other one near Washington wasn't. This one will be narrated.
He leans against a fence and turns to face you as you pass him by. At his back is a bag full of bird seed. He assures you that the gawky birds perching on his body are the last remaining. Not sure those dull gray pigeons look anything like the pictures you've seen of passenger pigeons, though you can't help thinking they stare at you a little too intently.
Say, you like birds?
Yeah. They sit on me and they think that I'm twigs, and then they relieve themselves, and it's just a mess. But sure.
They're lovely creatures. Guileless, really.
Hunted damn near to extinction, weren't you?
You were almost dead, that's right.
You think you see drips of blood flecking the creature's dirty gray head.
Excuse?
You sense it's about time you start moving on.
You be kind to the little birds now, you hear?
Murder birds.
Though the flapping of ungainly wings seems to follow you for hours.
It's getting Hitchcockian in here now. They turned this story into a movie decades later.
Clouds roll together to fill the sky.
Oh, I'm gonna watch the sky churn.
The lightning is so strong that it seems to open a path in the haze above you. You are sure you see massive talons curved around the clouds.
Zapdos! Or the other one. The actual Native American legend, Thunderbird?
The thunder is so immense that the ground trembles. Your lips and hands tingle from the electric charge that
But also
fills the air,
Zapdos.
until the dancing lightning passes on over the hills.
Alright, I wanted to do something. I'm gonna slip this over like this. This is what I've been doing because I got a job now and I've been working from home. And since I don't have something that has like a thing that comes in front of my face, doing this. Oh, whoops. My controller was pressing a bunch of periods. Doing this makes it a little bit better to hear me. I tested it. I called myself and left myself a voice message. That was a whole bunch of periods. I'm still... There we go. It's like 3 pages of dots. Thunder is so immense as the ground trembles. It's been too long. Your lips and hands tingle from the electric charge that fills the air until the dancing lightning passes on over the hills. To grandmother's house it went. Nice. A massive thunderstorm. That's going to be a nice little story. Hey, let's hear one of our stories. This is one of the coolest parts of this game, is that you'll tell a story. So Yosti, since I know you probably have watched the first episode on YouTube like 15 times because you love me. But for people who haven't, basically this game is we are tasked by Senior Wolfman to go around America telling and spreading stories that seed themselves into Americana, and some grow in unexpected ways. You'll never know how a story is going to pan out. And so let's see what story we told and how it's changed. It's about the story about a frog named Frog. No.
Real love.
Real love indeed. This farmer's loitering beside a couple of... I can read. This farmer's loitering beside a couple crates of berries, idly watching the clouds go by. I can't go that low. Also, frog's in my throat. The frog named Frog. Waiting for the pickup? He says, trying to make small talk. Hey, you want to hear a wild story? That's the accent that he has. Absolutely. He starts telling you about the blessed lighthouse sanctuary where souls in love could find respite. It takes a couple minutes, but suddenly you recognize it's the story about the 2 lighthouse keepers. Whoever told it to the farmer changed, well, a lot, because now it's a brothel. It's not a brothel. But it's still pretty good. And where'd you hear that story? Except I have a Jimmy leg and my TV shakes. Oh, I can't remember, he says. I think I've known it for years. Since I was a boy. For sure. That can't be right. I just told this story. Okay, so oh, this is interesting. Sometimes you can do nothing, and other times you can... Like that last story, it just sort of... It was like the conversation was over and we just moved on. But this one, we can say that story happened to me, or we can leave him with his tale of that he's known since childhood. I would feel bad. I'm gonna leave him with his tale. You thank him for his story and start to mosey off down the road. Keep cool, friend, he calls after you. Likewise. Friend. Is there a town near here that I can get some food and or money? Where am I? Pennsylvania. Oh, hey, it's... I want to say John? Or Paul. Paul's his brother, I think. Okay. I don't need story to be up here. That's just too much clutter. Dun, 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 dun. Let's take a set for a spell. Get some more stories, tell some more stories, put them out into the world. So you run into people.
First, Ma and Pa wanted me and Paul on the front lines. They wanted someone to be proud of, and I did as they asked.
You run into people in this game, and they tell you their lives. And you tell your stories, your life.
Then the government wanted me to take an IOU, and I did. When there were no more jobs, I, along with thousands of others like me, went and asked Hoover to pay up.
And he laughed in your face.
General MacArthur was so scared of us, he brought in goddamn tanks to keep us from tearing apart DC. So anyway, tell me a funny story? You seem like you know a few good ones.
Right, you like funny stories. Also, my stick drift is going to make this really hard to do, but... See, this one... I've played this game a little bit before, and the game seems to think that this really tragic story of two men who mistook each other for missing brothers around Boston for 32 years is hilarious. But to me, it's just the most depressing story that this game has. See what I mean? I'm not doing anything. I'm not... Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I need to get this controller clean. Jesus. Maybe the story of the Pigeon Keeper is funny? Maybe. Because there was blood on their beaks, you see. And I'm sure they murdered
Got
someone.
nightmares enough without hearing that kind of horror.
Okay, alright, yeah, that's fair.
Love? All the connections. Which is what love is, isn't it? Drowned in the mud in no man's land with Paul.
Right, Paul's his brother.
But love comes in so many forms. I love now the ability to walk more dearly than ever. I love more deeply the sun and the earth.
Oh, that's not to glorify tragedy. Lord knows.
Know any good
Lord
jokes?
knows.
I'm not so good at telling them anymore.
Oh, I am not so good at accumulating them. Nothing that happens in my life is funny. So there's this old man, you see, and I had to tell him his son died. Isn't that a laugh? All I have is horrifying stories, and this one isn't... What is this one? It's women praying in the woods around New York City. They weren't... Camaraderie? That one's terrifying. That one's scary,
Sorry that
probably.
I am not typing too much. I am passively watching while at work.
Hey, man. You don't worry about that. I know you're here and I feel the love. This game keeps me busy and talking enough. I'm gonna tell the story of Quinn's adventures, focusing on the funny bits, because I realistically don't have any stories that'll work. What funny bits are there in Quinn's story? Got, well, you see, there's a person all alone with dogs who the world has hurt so much that they don't trust anybody anymore except their dogs. But one of them barks funny.
Yeah, Paul would have liked that one.
Those are wild cards, so they're gonna go for whatever they ask for. I could focus on Quinn's story telling the scary bits if someone was like, oh, tell me a scary story.
My journey? If you look at it all at once, it'll overwhelm you. It'll hurt your mind.
Wow.
If you take it day by day, then it won't hurt quite so much. My foot bears it a bit better.
Can't stop ingesting things.
Tell me a happy story.
Okay.
Something to make the world seem kind.
I think, oh, I already told him the story about the lighthouse people. That would have been a good one to tell. That's not a good story. Neither of those are good stories. Oh, I seriously think that would be a sad story. I have no happy stories either. Well, no, this is happy because it's camaraderie, right? That's what I said. There were women. They were praying.
I liked that one.
Yes, it's happy.
There's some hope left for you too, you know.
Okay.
Don't give it away too quickly. But faith. The time for faith is long past, my friend.
But tragedy brings out the good things.
You know any
right?
happy stories? Hopeful ones?
man. Nope. I legitimately don't. So instead, I will tell you about the creepy mill in the Northeast that I fell asleep in, and there were ghosts there. But I had a nice sleep, so that's happy. This won't work.
I don't really scare at that stuff anymore. Sorry.
No, you've seen wars, man. You were in World War One. I'm pretty sure that you were shell-shocked.
My family won't look at me anymore. They only see Paul.
Oh, man.
I cannot put them through that every day just for my sake.
Or as hell.
Have any exciting kind of story? My
Oh, the thunder storm.
Not exactly fun.
Yeah, I got you. Maybe. Yes. Wait. Stop it. Okay, stay there. There was a bird in the sky.
You're fun to listen to, you know? Well, a good
so that eye
distraction,
at the top
anyway.
will open up slowly as I tell him stories that he wants to hear, or that whoever it is wants to hear.
Home? Everything has one, or everything should. Everything deserves one. I don't really tell this to people, but, you know those little purple thistles, the prickly ones?
Yeah, the national flower of Scotland?
Cirsium vulgare, they're called. Common weeds, but I love the little scratchy flowers, and I feel a little disappointed yanking out their roots.
So don't. A weed's only a weed if you don't want it around. Otherwise, it's a plant. Just trying to do its thing.
They never hurt anyone.
That's right.
The night's over soon. I should be leaving. The road takes me this way next. Where's it taking you?
I don't know.
I wish there was a road I could take home. Home as I knew it. To my sister Jessie and all of them before the war. But there ain't. It's something I think the road is helping me to understand.
Did I turn the music all the way down? Oh, I did. I don't want the music to be all the way down. There we go. Oh, hey, one of my stories has come around already. I need to get some food. I think I should hitchhike to the next town. It's break time at this half-finished bridge. The workers are gathered around a young man who sits on a bucket like a king. Sounds like I'm trying to do an impersonation of Nick Offerman. They listen raptly to his story about the killer pigeons. Listen to the tale. You realize it's the story of the pigeon keeper, but heavily embellished. The young man on the bucket tells it masterfully, doing all the voices as if he's told it this way 1,000 times before. Hey, it me. What a story. It's nothing close to what actually happened, but this version is pretty good. You'll have an easy time remembering it. Wait, what story was it? Oh, the pigeon keeper. I said it out loud, but I didn't even register what I was saying. Alright. Is there anything else around here? No. Pick me up. Hitchhike. You're safe, I trust you. Ah, fine. Okay. I stopped whistling. Why? Did I press the wrong button? Oh man, I don't even want to hitchhike anymore because I'm already here and there's new stories. Shoot.
The car is a lifeline, your one hope to escape the encroaching storm. It rattles along a few yards ahead of the storm front, jouncing and juddering, one pothole away from being swallowed by the choking dust. A figure clings to support straps mounted on the back.
Clings to support straps? Alright, I'll catch a ride. I guess there's a storm coming.
You grab the straps and haul yourself up.
Oh,
Shouts the woman on the back.
a fellow observer.
She's wrapped in a scarf and aviation goggles, juggling a pen and a notebook while hanging onto the unsteady car. The dust scours your face and rips at your clothes.
Can you believe I was just walking in this? Can't we go faster?
We're not done with our observations.
She threads one arm through the straps and makes another attempt to write, but it comes out illegible.
Blast it. Get inside and take dictation, will you?
Yeah, sure.
You clamber through the open back window, and she hands you pen and notebook. You scribble furiously while she dictates the finer qualities of the dust and wind assaulting the car until her voice is hoarse.
That'll do.
She bangs on the roof.
Judith, let's go.
So, okay. So that was a story about storm chasers, I guess. Like a dust devil thing? I'm gonna say that's exciting and like thrilling. So maybe John wants to hear that. Oh, I'm so hurt. I don't know what happens if I like take damage again. It's very rare that you take damage in this game anyway, but what will happen?
She waits by the ruined mill, in an overcoat 2 sizes too big.
Look, over here. Look at this.
She yells.
This only happens once every 10 years, for Christ's sake.
Cicadas? No, that's 17.
She grabs your hand, and you both look at the black gear rolling west to cover the sun.
Oh, yo, it's a eclipse. Wow, couldn't think of the word. I was just gonna say thing. Let's look directly at it and burn our retinas.
Steadily, the darkness draws across the sun until it is almost total. She clutches your hand tightly.
I've never seen this before. I've never seen this.
The sun, obscured, throbs and expands, raging against the night.
Cool. Oh, if I look away... Okay, so this is interesting. Before, it was look away and it was the sun, or look at it and it was also the sun. Now, it's look away and we've got a love story. So if I look away, I'm going to meet the girl of my dreams, obviously.
You know it's dangerous to do that. You avert your eyes and make her do the same. She looks at you, out from under the brim of her hat, with wide eyes, deep and dark like black buttons.
It was the
in a
girl that I was
brown,
talking to
weathered
all
face.
along. She's the love of my life. All right, I'm going to look at her.
The cast of shadows rises up her body. She closes her eyes and nervously kisses you.
This is a new story. I've never heard this.
Just lightly. Her lips slightly wet and barely parted.
Ooh.
Her hand touches your cheek. She softens, widens. The darkness blacks out you both.
That was romantic AF. Someone's gonna claim that they know that story from being a kid, and I'm just gonna say no. That is my story. That happened to me. Not even a friend of mine. That is me. That was Clarabelle. What? Who dis? Oh, Franklin, a new one by Jordan Miner. Nothing left to do
there.
something.
Look like that's a heavy bag you're carrying. Let me get that for you. I insist.
All right.
You see this uniform? It means you can trust me to make sure this is the most comfortable journey you've ever had in
Are
your
you a
life.
porter?
Who am I? Well, I'm no George, I'll tell you that. But that's not important. This trip is about you, friend.
I'm no George? Wait a second. I'm no George. What does that mean? What does it mean to be a George? Literally, Google came up with from the Greek name Gorgiois, from Gorgios, meaning farmer, earth worker. No, it'll remain a mystery for now, I guess.
Have any optimistic tales? I'd like to hear one of those.
You haven't heard any of my stories before, so let's see. That's not optimistic. That is not optimistic. This is optimistic. The story of the seagulls and the fisherman near Portland, Maine. You see, there's a fisherman in Portland, and when the seagulls show up each year, it means good, because fish is there. So they still get to live. If no seagulls, that means no fish, which means that you don't have a livelihood, right? So it's good. I am a good storyteller.
Just like I told you, friend.
See?
Miles of smiles.
Miles of smiles. All right, man. I like you, Franklin.
Order.
Is a porter.
That's
Ha!
why we have so much pride.
I called it.
We're setting standards for future folks, and we know just how damn high those standards are.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm in the mood for a good, happy story. You got any?
Neither of those, but yes, I've got the story of the killer pigeons. Oh my god, now they're killer pigeons. That's fantastic. See, that's how the story evolved. I'm going to tell the story of the blessed lighthouse sanctuary where souls in love could find respite. That's happy.
A positive attitude. That's what I like to hear.
That's right.
Love, I try my hardest to put all my heart into my service.
Hang on, I'm taking a sip of my drink, Frank.
But truth be told, I've never seen anything more touching on a Pullman train than a maid who knows how to treat a little baby just right.
You're a family man, Franklin.
Have any optimistic tales? I'd like to hear one of those.
So yeah, each time you can see, like, well, not this one anymore because it's grayed out, but like nature, country, home. I'm pointing as if you can see. Underneath the card it says family. It shows what kind of stories they're going to be telling me. So, neither of those are happy. What's the story of the elegant woman in the small town near Portland, Maine? Is that the green ribbon story? I'm going to tell this determined socialist in New York. That story. There's a guy and socialism and goodness.
Just like I told you, friend.
See, there you go.
Miles of smiles.
Miles of smiles. I am a good storyteller.
If you're looking for freedom,
Oh, and his
just
eyes
think
super
about how
open.
magnificent a train is. How the railroad binds this country together. Hop on and go anywhere. That's freedom, and that's my life. Hey, do you know any spooky stories I can share with the boys tonight?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Now I need to pick one. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so glad you asked. Yo, so I forget most of it, but there was this dude, and like I couldn't see his face, and I could just tell that he was dead. Right?
Damn, that's a good one.
I just wasted that
any more
though,
like
because his
that,
eyes
you should
fully
write 'em
open. I
down.
should have told him one that isn't scary, actually. Because the thing is his eye can't open any further. And now I just wasted that one. Oh, that was actually not a good thing to do. I should have dumped like a sad story or something and just depressed him a little bit.
Traps. Imprisonment? Well, there's a difference between a train you have to ride and a train you get to ride.
Yeah.
We porters want that difference to be us. Anyway, I'm in the mood for a good happy story. You got any?
A good happy story, you say? Well, let me tell you about a story of a boy whose shiftless father left him alone to die in the woods. That right?
That one will probably ruin the mood if I share it in our quarters.
Probably. But I don't want to waste my good stories on you right now.
If you're looking for family, you know why a porter can treat a passenger better than anyone else? Because when you step on this train, you're family. It doesn't matter who you were before or who you're going to be after you step off.
I don't care who you are, where you're from. Don't care what you did. When you're here, you're family. Who you...
Another night over. I surely did enjoy all those stories, though. Maybe next time I'll let down my hair a bit. What do you say?
What hair?
You must excuse me, friend. What kind of porter am I saying this trip is all about you, only to start talking about my own?
I mean, maybe
self?
you have a mess of hair under that hat and you take it off and it's like...
But enough of my indulgences. I hope I see you again.
Yeah, Frankie, yeah. So you're going to Pennsylvania. I'm in Ohio? Is that what's happening right now? Where am I? I am in Ohio. And hey, John's in Ohio too. Frankie's back a little ways where we were. Is there... Oh wait, so that's Franklin over there then. That campfire in the background. Is there a town? Shoot, this street is going the wrong way. Wait a second, am I going the wrong way? Stop moving for a second, let me see the compass. I am... Oh, God. Okay. I want to go southwest to get to John. If I went straight ahead back east, that's Franklin again. Although he's got a second chapter ready to go. But I'm pretty sure I could pop John off and grab another chapter in his story and then hit whatever town that is. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go southwest to that campfire right there. Smart. I know how to read a map. Can't whistle that high. That's rude. Before I hit you up, John, because you like funny stories and shit. The policeman in the truck on the corner is having a pretty wild argument with someone on the other end of the radio. No, he keeps saying, no way. You listen in as the man on the radio finishes a wild story about the boy who lives wild in the woods with the bones of his father. Wait a second. I swear this is what happened, the cop over the radio insists. That's when it clicks. You know this story. It's a stranger version of the story of the boy whose shiftless father left him alone in the woods. But with some bits left out or replaced, like the fact that he didn't leave him alone in the woods, he's dead. And the wild boy lives with his bones. Ain't true. The cop in the truck sighs. If only he knew. It's sort of true. Now it's the story whose boy who lives wild with the bones of his father. It is wild.
Ride with us a little while, stranger.
It's a kind offer. Miles of dusty road through the rolling prairies have recast this landscape as an exhausting soup of wind and misery.
All right.
There are
Climb aboard the wagon.
A perfect nuclear family. Mother, father, son, daughter, and a small fuzzy terrier trailing behind. But the pace of their movement is glacial. The draft horse ambles forward, one agonizingly slow step at a time.
Okay, this can't be a nuclear family unless we've already hit 1951. Because that's when nuclear energy... Oh wait, 1942 is the first self-sustaining nuclear chain reaction. So perhaps this takes place in the 1940s. But let me just take a look here. Setting depressed. It's set in Depression era America, which was the 1920s. I know I'm nitpicking. Yeah, okay, it lasted from 1929 to 1939. 1942 is 3 years after that. So it cannot be described as a perfect nuclear family. I'm sorry to nitpick, y'all. Sorry. That's why I was making a face like, are they though? Are they the perfect nuclear family?
Ain't no point rushing to get where we were going.
The wooden cart shivers with every pebble on the road that its wheels must laboriously traverse. The girl in the back pipes up.
The going's the point, see?
Alright, well, we'll keep up with the cart. I actually would... I don't know how I could leave them behind. I'm on foot. They're on cart back.
Time stretches wearily. The father sometimes makes half-inch adjustments to the horse's trajectory, keeping him from ambling off the road. There is some intimation that they are heading for Oregon, but at no point is it mentioned when they might arrive.
Oh no, they're gonna die of dysentery because they're on the Oregon Trail.
The plants grow and blossom as you watch. The man goes down the line, applying a few drops from the vial as he goes. As the liquid soaks in, each plant pushes up from the soil, unfolding and stretching for the sky.
So wait, it's happening like in real time? Oh, drops from a vial, right. Okay, that's unsettling. That's miraculous. Is it unsettling or miraculous? I don't know, I would say that that's pretty miraculous. Miraculous things can be unsettling. They're not mutually exclusive.
He turns to you.
It's quite something, isn't it? Soy here strangles the crops. People are starving. But even when the plants survive, they don't grow. We'll change that.
Okay, how does it work though?
He shakes his head.
I'm not giving up my secrets that easily. The state will pay a lot of money for this.
He shakes the vial. He tears off a leaf.
Here, try some.
Yo, Yossi redeemed a hydrate. Thank you for caring about my hydration, Yossi. I only have juice right now, but that still counts.
Hydration.
That's how my beard grows so quickly, you see. I put a little drop of his vial stuff and it's like
It's just bitter at first. But as
I
you
tasted the
swallow,
plant.
The fibrous mass burns in your throat. You fight to hold it down, and your stomach knots tight when the plant matter hits it. You cough and hiccup. The man looks at you,
Oh hey,
curious.
my stupid Twitch actually
you think?
gave me the heads up that you were streaming this time.
All right. What's up, Carl? Carl's the newest Patreon, actually. The newest patron. I shouldn't say newest Patreon. Patreon is the website. We got Carl in chat. He who will be... Yay! As you can tell, we've got we've got text to voice going on here. Welcome, Carl. Welcome. So we've just tasted a bitter plant, and I could lie about what I think about it, or I could say it tastes like unwashed death. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. It tastes like unwashed death.
He waves a hand.
I would be honest.
Yeah.
Yes, there are some kinks to work out, but people are starving. They can't be fussy. It won't be long before no one around here goes hungry again.
Your stomach protests. You feel like you'll be hungry again very soon indeed.
I would feel like I wouldn't even have an appetite after eating something that tastes
That
like
makes me wonder what washed death would taste like.
unwashed death. Yeah, what would washed death taste like? Oh, this is great. Taste. This isn't the greatest. It tastes like washed death. I think that tastes like formaldehyde.
Oh no. This is a real dangerous thing for you to have going with Carl in your chat, balls.
That's all good. It's all good, friend. We got Mason. Oh, his name's not Paul. John, it's Mason.
Here you are again. How's
Damn.
the journey treating you? I'm still heading back to Oregon. My sister Jessie won't take me back. Wish she would. Wish it was her I was going back to. She doesn't understand. Almost nobody does. If they did, they would have given us something real for what we suffered.
Man, I hate to tell it to you now, Mason. First off, I'm not all huge on the military-industrial complex, but I hate to break it to you, in 2023, we don't treat veterans much better.
Tell me a happy story. Something to make the world seem kind.
Was this a bad idea? Did I get any more happy stories since the last time I saw you? That's scary. You already know the story of your loss. Neither of those. Nothing. That's not happy. Oh wait, wait, I have a love story. I'm gonna tell him the story of meeting my true love, Clarabelle, the cow from Disney.
I liked that one.
Yeah, there we go.
There's some hope left for you too, you know. Don't give it away too quickly.
But that didn't open your eye more.
Love? All the connections. Which is what love is, isn't it? Drowned in the mud in no man's land with Paul.
Yeah, you said that last time.
But love comes in so many forms. I love now the ability to walk more. Do you know any happy stories?
We heard that.
Sometimes you just gotta love a cow with your whole heart.
Yeah, exactly. And if the love dries up, then you just gotta move on. Oh, here's another happy story. There's a lady who chases dust storms around Cleveland. That's happy. Well, that's probably more thrilling or action, actually.
Oh,
Damn it.
come on. That doesn't seem...
Yeah, it was more of an action story.
Home? Everything has one, or everything should.
Shit.
Everything deserves one.
Or pay someone
really
to
tell this
slaughter
to
it and then butcher it.
You know those little purple
Yeah.
thistles, the prickly ones? Cercium vulgare, they're called.
Oh man, I'm literally telling him the same
Those
stories from the
flowers.
same categories as like
Velvet of the
10
snow,
minutes
you never
ago.
heard anyone.
Yeah,
So
we
anyway,
know
tell me a
about
funny
the flowers, Mason. Wait, what do you want? You want a funny story? Let's see if the game still finds this funny. So Mason, I was walking down the street. This story actually sticks in my head because I can't believe the game that thinks that this is funny. I was walking down the street, right? And I saw this guy, and he wanted me to wait. I was walking down the street, and I saw this guy who recognized another dude on horseback, and turns out that they're brothers. And so they wanted me to take a picture of them. But they were in the middle of the street, right? So I got them to move onto the sidewalk. As they moved onto the sidewalk, one called out to the other by their name, and the other guy says, well, I'm not Joe. And then they looked at each other and they realized they weren't brothers that had been long lost for 32 years. They were just strangers. And the crushing despair on their faces. Well, you know, it was hilarious.
Yeah, Paul would
Hilarious. Paul would have loved that one. He always loved, you know, dreading either of us getting estranged from each other, not knowing if the other one was dead. What?
The past.
Why is that
I
funny?
wish I could go back, before I had to mourn, and before all the hope was drained from me.
Game, you do not make sense to me in
Do
that
you know any happy stories?
aspect.
Hopeful ones?
I think I've told you all my happy hopeful. Do you know the one about the pigeons? There's this boy who lives in the wild in the woods with the bones of his father. With his father's bones. I will tell the story of the slow-going cart near Columbus. They're on the Oregon Path and they're gonna die of dysentery, you see.
For a moment there.
What?
A moment. I felt better about it all, too.
What?
The future? When I was young, I worried about the future. But now,
Okay.
running all on autopilot and fumes, I've got no control over it. So worry has become me.
You am become worry. Destroyer of hope.
Know any good jokes? I'm not so good at telling them anymore.
Actually, I don't want to waste any more good stories on you,
Maybe
so...
the game has a sense of schadenfreude.
Wow, that computer actually pronounced Schadenfreude pretty well. I'm going to tell the story of a fortune teller and the curse around Boston, because you don't like
Right.
scary stories.
I got nightmares enough without hearing that kind of horror.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to give you more to add to your legitimate PTSD.
Can't look to fortune anymore. Not after all that's happened. Never thought the government controlled my fortune, but I suppose I was fool enough to hand it over. Well, morning's come.
Oh, you're
The
sticking
road
around
takes
in
me this way
Ohio.
next. Wish it were taking me home.
And I will have chapter 3 on Mason now, I think, because his that eye at the top is super duper open.
The family always did like Paul more anyhow. Loyalty to him is the only loyalty I don't regret.
What do they think that you didn't look after him enough with all of the fucking Gatling guns and stuff that was, and the mortar shells? Good lord. War is hell and ugh,
Even
god.
the other soldiers of the bonus army. They had families to go back to.
Where's Franklin? I need to pick me up.
I got my sister Jessie, and she's not letting her gimp brother home anytime soon.
Jesus Christ. Story grew in the telling. Mason's lost. And the chapter 3 is now available. Huzzah! Which means that... yeah, he's north of me now. Well... I think it's coming up to an hour, and I only wanted to do a short stream to begin with, so I think that is where we're going to leave it today. I'm sorry that you came in near the last end of it there, Carl, but I'm going to be posting this as the VOD right away to YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, then thank you. And don't forget to check out twitch.tv/thunderandbatarangs. You can follow the link tree below. I'm going to be posting that in the description. There you'll be able to find my Patreon page, of which Carl is a valid and lovely patron, and we love that. We're going to be going live on March 31st to celebrate the fact that I've been on TikTok for over a year now. Well, it's the 1 year celebration. And the video that brought you all to my face hole is also more than a year. Weller Boy Named Sue. So March 31st, we're going to be going live on TikTok at around 7 p.m. So that'll be fun. And Carl, you haven't submitted a question for the Ask Me Anything. I was just going to say AMA for the Ask Me Anything yet, but and I don't
Just
even know
whiz
if you
up to
voted
your
yet.
Twitch.
just resubbed. Oh, shoot. Nice. Thank you, Carl. Carl with the resub. Hey, hot diggity daffodil. You're getting hit on... I'm getting hit on both ends by Carl, and I heard that. I heard it as I said it. So, but anyway, March 31st, going live. Check out the links below in the description, and thanks again for watching, everybody. Yosten and Carl.
If you know what I mean, wink.
And everybody else who's watching, and watching in YouTube land, thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Until next time, keep your stories straight.
Be ye.
Be ye. Until next time, be ye.
Hello.